Hi everyone, I'm Beardless Billy Trim. I don't know if any of y'all were at the adult story time at Numbers. It was great. I read this story there. I'm going to read it again tonight. It doesn't have a title. It's about spanking. So let's just get right into it. Um, I first went to Numbers sometime in 2004. The reason for my visit was because I was told it was very laid back and open minded to all types of people, and the dress code was very liberal. It was about a year or so before that first visit that I decided that being in some sort of BDSM relationship was what I wanted. And I had always had fantasies about spanking, but there were few outlets for this behavior that were known to me. At one time, Houston was replete with so called massage parlors, and some of the girls would spank. They were not that experienced. Small hands. One day I decided to ask around about places where spanking was acceptable that weren't daycares. One of the girls at Erotic Cabaret told me that she had been spanking on occasions. She had seen spanking, probably been spanked, on occasion at Numbers just down the street. I went to the Numbers website and saw some pictures of spankings on the patio and became aware that the dress code was very liberal. This attracted me, so I took off one Friday, headed for what I hoped would be a new beginning. I had a small wooden paddle that I had bought at Dareware a couple years before, but it had seen little action. I arrived promptly at opening time and entered a cavernous room. Very few people present made it appear even larger. I thought about what I was doing and came close to leaving several times. Finally, the place started filling up. I had no plan, so I walked up to the bar to the right of the entrance and talked with a very nice female bartender. I told her what I was after and asked if she knew any ladies who liked to spank and might be willing to help me settle my nerves. She told me that she would ask around. I went to the coat check and gave up all my clothes except for a black thong. Guys, don't worry, I'd already cleared this with management. I clearly remember the reaction of the coat check lady and her response, whatever, floats your boat. The lady still works at the coat check, and we sometimes laugh about that night. When I returned to the bar, the nice bartender had arranged for several girls to spank me. That was fun, and I was hooked. Fortunately for me, one of the girls stayed with me for a couple hours, and she showed me a wonderful time. I went back the next Friday, and she was there, and we were together the entire evening. Another evening, the well-tattooed male bartender decided to dress up my paddle. The Cure was coming to Numbers. I don't know how that happened. And he put one of their stickers on it, claiming it to be an oxymoron. That paddle was used on me for years before someone broke it at a party. Today it hangs on a wall in my house. I contracted with a paddle maker to make a replica, and I used it until it broke on my butt. It has a number sticker on it and hangs next to the other one that broke on my butt. It is now 11 years since my first appearance at Numbers, and it has been a great ride, and I miss not being there as often in the past. I've made some great friends, and there's never been a negative incident regarding my dress or behavior. There have been many memorable moments. One of the most exciting was when Shannon included me in her fetish show, and I was spanked on the stage on Halloween. I was super excited when a very well-known professional dominatrix from Los Angeles came to Houston for a photo shoot and allowed me to show her around town. We had dinner and then went to Numbers. She was totally blown away by the difference in price for admission and drinks compared to a similar club in LA. One night, a young man approached my mistress and asked how much money for his sister to dance with me. I suck at dancing, but I was willing to do anything she wanted to do. She's a dominatrix. Afterwards, we learned that they were visiting from Russia, and it pleased me that her video might be shown to lots of Russians, and one of their views of America is Numbers. One night as we were leaving, I was getting dressed. A young lady told us that every time she comes to Numbers, she writes or draws something on her wristband as a souvenir in memory of that night. Then, she said that I was her very first memory. Numbers has been and always will be a special place for me. To me, the evening is successful when my mistress has a good time and when those in the club enjoy our presence, like a rap music video. When those things happen, I have a great time and go into a happy place. I'm sure there are those who wonder, what's this old guy doing? But there have been so many people come up to us and say that they appreciate what we do and that they think it's great and that I have the balls to be myself. And I love it when people take pictures and come up and say hi. Even better, when they want to spank me, even if it's just a couple spanks. What we do is sensual, but not about sex, per se. However, it is sometimes very difficult to keep from getting hard when the only thing preventing it is a flimsy G-string pouch. I think he does have the balls to do it. The staff at Numbers has been nothing but wonderful to us. The coat check girl is always great. Shannon and the other bartenders know who we are and support us. The lady who sells her jewelry on Fridays always gives me one of the hardest spankings of the evening. And management has to be especially thanked for being open to what we do. Get spanked, people.